Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Today's webinar is going to, my name is Vin, and today's webinar is going to be on Website Content 3.0. We can just get started here. And I just want to let you guys know if you have any questions on the GoToWebinar program, there will be a tab called Questions, and then you can click on questions there and then type in your questions, and then I'll be able to see them and answer them for you. So first, we can get started right away. So the website content, we'll be going through a few items here. Let me just highlight them for you. We'll be going through the home page, edit homepage links, edit stories, edit speakers, edit download files, edit photo albums, and edit club documents. The other items on this section here will be on a separate webinar, so I won't be going through them. So we have a lot of items to go through today. So first off, we'll just start off with homepage links. So this is on the administration page after you log into the website and you click on member area on the top right above the banner, which is over here. And once you get to the administration page, you'll scroll down under website content, and the first item would be homepage links. So what are the homepage links? I can show you right away. First off, once you get to this homepage links, you'll be brought to a page called Manage Links for Widget Library. And on this page here, you can add a new widget by clicking Add on the top right side, Add. And then it's just going to give us manage links, and from here we'll click on at the top here, change widget title. So first we want to change the title because every new links widget we add is just called links. So we'll just call this test 1, 2, 3 links. You can click save. That's the title now. And once it says success, link title has been updated, we can add a new group. We need to add a new group before we can add an item. So we can just call this probably like Rotary Links. We can hide the group name or we can show the group name. I'll show it for now. Click Save. And we can add another group just for the fun of it. We can call this Club Runner Links. Click Save. And we can click Add New Link on the right side, the orange button at the top here, or Add Link where you want to add the link under the group name. So from here, link text would be, we just call it Rotary Website. And we can either set it to, for link type, the second row here, we can either set it to a custom URL, which means that you would just type in your own website like rotary.org, or if you want to change the link type, you can change it from custom URL to custom page if you have a custom page created on the website, or you can set it to a site page. You can highlight it, a built-in page, which we have other built-in pages like homepage stories, contact us, or other features like if you want to link them directly to the club directory or club documents page. And these are like these view club documents and view club directory. It has required login requires. So if somebody was to click on that link, it will ask them to log into the website before the system brings them to that page. So for now, I'll just set it to, and you can link it to other items like photo albums, story that you have on the website, to a specific document or a specific event. But right now, I just leave it as a custom URL. I'll set the URL to rotary.org, and I'll just, for the group, which is Rotary Group, Rotary Links, or we can create a new group here. But since I already created the group, I'll just leave it as Rotary Links. And placement in the group, since we only have one item, it doesn't matter if it's top or bottom. And at the bottom here, open link in new window. You can set it to like whenever somebody clicks on the link, it'll open the link in a new window or not. I'll just leave it on for now just to show you how it looks like. And I'll click Save. And I'll add another link here just to show you how it looks like. And this one would be called Rotary Documents page, or Rotary Documents. Let me just Google that. So this is the Rotary document page. I'll just paste it in the custom URL here. And I'll put this at the bottom of the list, which will go under the Rotary website. So we have Rotary website and Rotary documents. But if you made a mistake and you want to move one up, you can hover over it until you see a 4-way arrow. Click on it, hold on it, and just drag it up. So now the Rotary documents is above the Rotary website, and vice versa. And for the Club Runner links, we can add a new link here. And we can call it like, we'll just say Club Runner. So we just go to clubrunner.ca. And we can click Save. And that's how we add a new links widget. So where does this go? I can show you right now. So right now it goes onto this Manage Links for Links library. The one we added was test123 links all the way at the bottom here. So how do we add it to our website? So we go into the website designer. I'm just going to quickly show it to you. So let's say on the left side here, you'll see these orange tabs. You'll see links, and you'll look for the one that we added in. You can add a new one by just dragging the links widget with the green add button on it, and it'll add a new links widget. But since we already created one in the homepage links widget, we can look for it. It's called test123 links here. I can drag it from the left side and just place it anywhere I want. I'll put on the right column on the top here once I click publish. Okay, successful. This page has been published. We can go to the home page. I'll refresh it. And we have our links widget here at the top right. So we have our test, the title here, test123 links. And we have the Rotary links here and the Club Runner links here. And we click on these links, it'll bring us to the Rotary website or to the club documents. You see how it opened up in a new tab. So if I click on back in the tab, I'll be back in the Club Runner. So if you don't want it to open a new tab, then you can just unselect that option that I showed you earlier. But for now, we can just move on from here. Go back into the administration page. And that's how we set up a home page link. The next item I'll go through is, I'll skip stories for now and I'll come back to it in a bit. So I'll go into speakers. So the way we add a new speaker is once we get to the speakers page, we have add a new speaker on the right side of the page here. So we can click on add new speaker, and then we can set a date for when the speaker is coming in. So we'll set something like August 6th. And the speaker's name would be, I just put my name, Vin, and the topic will be website contents 3.0. We can add an image here on the 4th row. Click image. I can just choose a koala. And it'll just add an image like on the home page when you take a look at it. And the comments, we can put some type of comments. Something like that. So something simple, like a small comment. At the very bottom here, it says display social media share bar. Yes or no. I'll click yes for now. And so you can see how it looks like. I'll go ahead and click save. probably taking a long time because I added the koala bear, so it's a large image. Okay, so once it's added in here, it's added to the list of speakers. So the way it works is it goes from the most recent all the way down to the latest, the oldest speaker, which is we had January 19, 2013. And then if, like, let's say we want to edit the speaker on the right side of the page here, we'll see a pencil and paper icon. We can click on it to edit it. It'll bring us back to the same page. Or click the recycling bin on the right side to remove that speaker. We have a question here. What is the media share bar? I'll show you what the media share bar is in a second on the home page. So once I added the speaker here, we can go onto the home page to take a look at it. I have the speakers widget on the left side here. So we have 3 speakers right now, starting from the latest, September 22nd, September 29th, and October 6th. So the one we just created was the October 6th. If we click on Vin here, which is the speaker name, I have the koala bear here. Oh, it looks like there's an issue with the image going over the text. I have to send it to our development team, but for now, you can see the image here, and then it starts October 6th. The speaker's name is Vin. We'll be speaking about website contents, and then the comment that I had on here. And then this is the social media share bar at the bottom here. This is only for clubs who are, or districts who are on version 3. You will have this social media share bar. So what does that mean? It's, let's say it adds like a like button for you. If you click like, if you log into your Facebook account, I don't have one right now, but once you log in, you can like that the speaker. You can share with other people on Facebook. So like, let's say if I click this Facebook, it'll ask me to log into Facebook, and then you can share to like your club members or like on your Facebook page. Same with Twitter. You can tweet about it. When you click on it, it'll bring you to your Twitter page. You log into your Twitter, and then you tweet about this this speaker. Or you can share with LinkedIn, Google+, Blogger. I think this is Pinterest, and you can email, like email just regular friends and stuff. And that's basically the social media share bar. Let me go back to the home page, and that's how we add a speaker. So for now, I just click go back into the administration page. And the next item I'll be talking about is edit download files. Oops, click too fast. Went to the download file page already. So this is the download files page. This is actually a widget on the home page, which is the widget here. By going to the website designer, download files widget, which can also be found on the left side. Or under, I'm guessing bulletin and PR, or essential, sorry, homepage download files. So it's the same thing here. I won't add it in. And the download files widget here. We have a question, but how do I edit the social media share bar to remove what I don't have? Basically, the social media share bar is just like a bar that if anybody accesses that page, they can share with their friends, either Facebook or Twitter or any other account. You can't really edit that social media share bar or remove any items. It's just there just if you want to share anything, but just for your use. But you don't have to log in to share. I mean, when you add the social media share bar, you don't have to log into your own Facebook account. It's whoever chooses to share that item will log into their own Facebook account, Twitter account, and share with the community. I hope I had that correct. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the download files page now. On the download files page, we can add a new download file. On the right side, you'll see an orange button called Add Download File. So I'll just add something quick right now. I just call this download file test. We choose a file. Let me see if I have something smaller. Maybe this image here. I'll select show on home page for now so you can see how it looks like. And I'll save it on the bottom right there. So once I save it, it says download file test. We can view it by clicking view, and it just shows the image that I uploaded, www.clubrunnersupport.com. You can upload any type of files you want here. You can upload, I think, up to 10 megabytes. And then let's say if you want to edit that file, you can click edit, which will bring us back to the same page. You choose a new file. Or you can add supporting files to the download files. Not sure why many people would add a supporting file to an existing download file already, but you can add another file to that file. It's kind of like almost like a subfolder, and you can delete that file. And on the home page, it will show up on the download file here, download file test. If I edit it, remove showing on home page. So I would just remove it from showing on the home page, so it's kind of like just an archive there without showing it on the home page, and now it's gone from the home page. We have another question here. How can the uploaded files be photos? We can upload any type of files to be like either photos, download files, or any files that you want in there. And what is the file size limit for download files? The file size limit for download files on version 3 is 10 megabytes. So you can upload any download file up to 10 megabytes. And how can I upload? I have another question. How can you upload a file that is an application under a particular tab? For example, we have a scholarship tab that we would like to link the application with the information. Okay, so that's actually for the website designer portion of it, but I can quickly show you. Like, let's say if I added a download file on the home page already, basically, let's pretend I uploaded a PDF or something, or a document file. I'll just go into website designer, click edit menu here, add a new menu item. We'll call this download file or something, test. And I can select either document or folder, homepage download file, and I can link it to that download file that I upload, download file test. Click save. And once I publish the menu, you can see on the home page on the menu bar at the top here, download file test. Once I click on it, it opens up that file or that image that I uploaded. I have another question. Is there a cost to upload from V2 to V3? There is no cost to upgrade from version 2 to version 3. The only reason why we left version 3 open is so you can preview it first, get used to the version 3 before you actually make the switch to version 3. If you have any other questions about switching to version 3, I advise you to contact our support team, which is, I'll leave the number and the email at the end of the webinar, which is support@clubrunner.ca. And okay, and I think that's it. You can upload. Okay, we can go back into, I believe it was the documents, download files. And I believe we finished download file because I uploaded the test download file. We can either delete it, and then that's it. And I showed you how to show on home page or not. And that's basically it for the download files. So we can go back here. We have another question. Can I change the title on the download files link so that it says something different on the header of the main page? Yes, you can. Let's say if I go back into the designer edit menu where it says download file test, I can click edit. I can call this anything I want, like test volunteer maybe, or 123, and then I can link it to the download file test or some other file, and it would be the same thing. It's just that the name on the home page, oops, publish menu, just that the name on the home page will be different, but whenever you click on that link, it will always bring you to like whatever you link it to. So you can name it whatever you want. So we go back into the administration page, and I'll show you the club documents page now. I'll skip the photo albums for now. I'll come back to it later. So club documents page is, it's similar to the homepage download files, except that for the club documents, there's no widget for it. So it won't appear on the homepage after you upload it. You have to manually link it to the homepage wherever you want it to display. And also for the club documents, you can add folders. So on the right side, if I click add folder, we can just call this folder test 123. It will show you a permalink. You can ignore it. If we click out of it, it will just add it for us. And then this description could be anything like club folder or whatever you want to name it. And then you can set it at the bottom here, top folder of. You can set a subfolder of the top level, which is the main folder. You can set it in the documents. I'll set in the documents for now just to show you. So we have our folders here, 2006 club demo folder, and we place it under documents. So if I hover over it, if I see the 4-way arrow, I can click on it and then move it out of that folder. And now it will be on a folder of its own. So folder test 123, or I can put it back into the documents for now. And let's say if I want to add a file, I can click add on the right side, or I can click add on to the right side of these folders here that we added. So you can call this, I'll just choose whatever, banner example 1. It can be anything you want. And at the bottom here, you can choose which type of folder you want to place it in. I'll put it in our folder test 123. And on the fifth row here, it says access level. We can set it to public or requires login. If we set it to public, anybody who has the link to this file will be able to access it. But if you click on requires login, anybody who has a link to this file will have to log into the website before they can download that file. So this is a nice security for the documents page. And the file, we can choose any file we want. Let me see if I can find maybe this Club Runner demonstration. This is the PowerPoint file. Click save here. We have another question here. Show how it works for requires login. Okay, I'll show you. Just give me a minute here. So once I added that file, so I place it under documents. It says file here, test 123, oh, banner example 1. That's what it's called. So basically I can drag it out of the folder, put it in another folder, or put it back in the folder test 123. I can collapse it by clicking these little arrows on the left side. I can edit the document or delete the document. So for now, I'll just show you an example on how it looks like. So if I go back into the website designer, edit menu. So like, let's say if you want to add the file to, let's say to the menu bar at the top. So instead of choosing homepage download file, I should choose document. I'll select documents, folder test 123, and make sure that the file you want is highlighted, which is banner example 1. I click save, publish the menu, and I'll go back in the home page. So if I click on it now, test volunteer 123, it will automatically download that file for me on the bottom right here, which if I click on it, it'll open up that PowerPoint presentation. But let's say if I'm logged out of the system, if I click log out from here, and I click on test volunteer 123, it's going to ask me to log into the website. So I already have my login password here. I just click login. Once I log in, I log into the website and I can click on the icon again and it will download that file for me in the bottom right here. Or if you're using, I guess, Firefox or some other browser, it may display in a different location, but because I'm using Google Chrome, it showed me that file at the bottom right here. Okay, so that's basically it for the documents page. So you can see the download file in the documents is similar, but except for the documents, you have to add a link yourself, whereas the download files, you can have a widget for it. And with the club documents, you can set either requires login, public, and also you can add folders. Okay, so now we'll go back into edit stories at the top here. And then the last item would be photo albums. So we can go edit stories. So once I click on edit stories, it'll bring us to the version 3 edit stories, which is the story library page. Items listed on the story library page will not necessarily display stories on the home page. So this is kind of like an archive of all your stories. So if you want to, like, let's say, have stories listed on the home page, we have these items here, which is called story libraries, story widget, stories list page at the top here, custom page stories, and bulletin stories. So I'll show you what all these mean right now. If I click on stories widget, it'll bring us to, it says stories for homepage. So this is the stories homepage widget, which on the website designer is called the homepage stories widget here. And on the homepage, you'll show these two stories, new test story and today's riddle. So let's say if I want to, I can either create, from this page, I can either create a new story or add a new story from the story library on the right side. So I'll click add new stories from the story library for now. And let's say I want to add, this is an all caps story, add selected stories on the right side again. And I'll add this story on my stories to the home page. So now it's at the top. Let's say I don't want this story to be at the top, but at the bottom, I can drag it and just place it below the rest of the other stories. And once that's saved, I can go on the home page, refresh that page there, and we can see the story added. This is an all caps story here. So that's the way it works. If I want to go back into the story library, I can go back in the story library or go back in the stories widget and stories list page here, which is the third option here. Stories list page is basically one of the homepage built-in pages called stories here on the home page. If I click on it, it will show me all the list of stories on this page here. And it just shows all the stories. I can add stories from the story library, or I can select a few of the stories that I don't want showing. Like let's say I select these 4 stories, and at the very bottom I can click remove selected. It's going to ask me confirm. I confirm, and then these stories will be gone from the stories list page. So if I want to add the stories back in, I can click add stories from story library. I'll add these 4 stories and click add select stories on the right side. And that's how the stories list page works. So we can go into custom page stories now. Once I clicked on the custom page stories, it brought me up a list. These are all from the custom what's it called again? The custom content or the custom site page or the custom page widget. So let's say if I was to go into Go website content, pages, custom page library. This is not part of the webinar, but I can show you. If I click about our club here, it's similar to the website designer where you have the widgets on the left side and where it says for page. These are the page stories, which is here for page stories, which is already added. If I click on that pencil icon, it shows that the story. So it's similar, like you can create a new story, add a story from the story library. You can select it and remove that story, which is same thing. And also the same with the bulletin stories. So like each bulletin that you create will list its own stories. So we have from September 8, 2014 all the way to August 8, 2013. So if I click on one of them, it will show me the stories listed for that bulletin. We have another question here. On the stories, some of my text shows up in gray, which is hard to read. Can I adjust the text color? Yes, you can adjust the text color. I'll go through that in a minute on how to create a story, add colors and stuff like that. I'm just showing you how to navigate through this story library, stories on homepage, stories list page, and so on. So let's go back into the story library page for now. So we have all of our stories that we have as published, and then we also have a tab called draft. So every time you create a story and you click save as draft at the bottom, it goes into this bucket here. And then stories published. And we also have, like, let's say if you delete a story by accident, you can go back into delete it to restore a story. But I think after, I'm not sure how many days, but this bucket gets cleared out automatically. So we go back into publish. We can preview these stories that we created on the right side. Click on preview. It will show us how it looks like. We can click edit on the right side, which will bring us up the editor, or we can hover over the more. We can click on the links. We can add links for the story, but it's always good to add the links directly into the story anyway, so it's just there for extra. And same with files. If you want to upload a download file to this particular story, and also if you want to copy a story, which will create a copy of the same story, and then you can modify it. You can move the story to the draft folder. You can edit the display options, which will, if you want to display on the home page, you want to display on the stories list page, and so on for the bulletins, and save. Let me go back here. And from the last option in the more is delete the story. So if we delete it, it goes into the deleted bucket. Nope. It's linked to some items, so you can click this option to automatically remove these stories from these pages, or click cancel. For now, I just click that option. So now the story is gone and it's in the deleted bucket. So you can restore it as draft on the right side, but for now, I'll just go back into the published stories and I'll create a new story. So from the stories here, we can add a title. I'll call this test story for now. Format options on the right side. Let's say if you want to format the title. So I can highlight this text here. I can make this bold, italic. I can change the size to a little bit bigger, to 20. I can change the font. I'll just leave it as the regular font. And I can change the background color or the text color on the right side here. So text color, I can change it, like let's say if I want red or something. And I can click apply changes, and I'll add a bunch of these codes up here. You don't have to worry about what it means. If you just need to change it again, you just click display options, and it'll bring us back into the editor again. So we have the permalink. You don't have to worry about what the permalink is. You can just let the system automatically add it in for you. The author, you can add in the author. Right now, just type in Club Runner Demo 30, which is what I am right now, Club Runner Demo 30. And you can also add, display the author on the story, display the date, and display the social media share bar, which is all right here. And the date, we select the date, we can choose a date. Let's say if this story was supposed to be created last Monday, September 9th, 2014. And we have two sections here, which is called Story Brief, this section here. And we scroll down, story content here at the bottom here. So basically, any item, any content we add in the story brief will show up on the home page automatically. But any item we add in the story content page will not appear on the home page unless we specify the widget to display also the content. So what this creates is, this creates like on the home page. If we go onto the home page here, I don't have an example here, but it will create like a read more button. So once you click on the read more button, it will show the rest of the story content area. So I have a question here. Is a story brief like a subheading? It's similar to like, not really a subheading, but like a 1 or 2 paragraph item, or like 1 or 2 sentence about the story. So it's kind of like a teaser where you add like a brief content about the story, and then you can place the rest of the story in the story content area. So it'll create a read more link. You click on it and it'll display the rest of the content. So this, if you have a very long story, you don't want to clutter up the home page. You just want to have just a brief description. They want to read more, they click read more. So I have another question. Is there a way to require login for stories? There's actually no way to require login for stories. The only other way to do that would be to create a site page, but I'm not going to, but that's not on today's webinar. If you want more information on that, you can contact the support at clubrunner.ca, and we can show you how to add in a site page. So once you add in a site page, you can request login. So once they access that site page, they have to log in to be able to read that content. And what size is the limit for the preview? The limit for the preview is over here. So total characters says 36 out of 20,000. And at the bottom here, the content area is 31 out of 30,000. So where does it get this 36 from? So it counts all this content plus the spaces. And if we click on the source here, the HTML, it also shows whatever HTML that it's added on there. So let's say if I highlight that this is a story, and I change on the toolbar text color here, if I change it to, let's say, blue or something, it adds it to 72 out of 20,000, because it also adds in the code to make the color. So we can change the size, maybe 14, a little bit easier to read, make it bold. And then the story content, I'll just make that bold. And also, let's say if you have like a YouTube video or something, let me just go to youtube.com. Let's say I'll search for Rotary International, and this is Rotary. So let's say if I want to add this to my story. Sorry. Let's say I want to add this video to my story on YouTube. If I scroll down a little bit, there's an icon called share. You can click share, or let's say even Vimeo, right? So if I go into Vimeo, so some people like Vimeo. Oops. Why did they show me all this? search Rotary International, or we'll just choose this video. So on Vimeo, there's like a share button on the video on the top right here. If I click on it, it'll give me an embed code here. I can copy that embed code, or I can copy YouTube's embed code from here and place it into the video. So I copied the one from Vimeo just to show you. So once I make some space at the bottom here on my content area, I can click the embed media on the top here where it says embed media in the toolbar. Click on it. It says paste embed code here. I can paste it by using my keyboard command Control V, because I copied it by pressing Control C, and then I can click OK. So now it has my video here. So I can save this video. Like, let's say if I want to, actually maybe I want to, let me see if I can try to center it. Select everything centered, save and publish. I can save it and show it on the home page. So let's say if I go back into the home page, refresh the home page, it'll show my video here. So I can play this video, and if, like, let's say if I feel that the video is too big, I can edit this video again. I can right click on the video. Well, it says iframe now, and then click iframe properties. And then with, let's say if I want to just change it to, let's say 400, maybe a little bit smaller, and 285 or something. Click OK. Save it. If I refresh the home page, maybe it's still big, but I'll have to play around with the sizing. But you can also play around with the sizing. Actually, not really in the embed code, but yep. So that's how you play around with the sizing from here. Iframe properties. Maybe I made this too big here. And just save and publish. You can play around with the other features here too. So let's say if you have content from Word or something, because when you copy content from Word, it also copies like a bunch of like codes that we don't really need from Word. But I'm not sure why Word does that. But on the toolbar here, there's like a icon called Paste from Word. If you click on it, you can paste in your content, and that strips out all the extra Word stuff that we don't need. And also link, let's say if you want to, like, let's say link this to a download file, or I guess a document file. We can type in the word, highlight it, and at the top where it says link here, we click on that link icon. It's going to tell us the link type. We can type in something like youtube.com or something, but if we change the link type, we can change it to either a custom page, a download file that we uploaded, or a document that we uploaded. Let's say I want to upload it to that same, where's that file called? These are all folders. Let's say test file or something, and I can link it there. And let's say we want to create a table. We can create a table by clicking table here. We can add 3 rows, or like maybe even 4 columns, or yeah, 2 columns, 4 rows, and then click OK. And then we can add content in these columns here. So let's say name, last name, John Smith, Jane Smith, something like that. So let's say if you haven't, like something with tables that you can use, we can add an image. by clicking the image icon here. And then you can click Browse Server, which will bring us to the image library. Let's say if you have an image on your desktop somewhere. So let's say if I have an image here, I can just drag the image from the computer and just drag it into this window, and it'll add on to this page here. If I double click on the image, it'll add the image for me, and then I can change the width and the height. So as long as I have this, I can highlight for you here, this lock icon locked on, it'll, like, whatever width I change or height I change, it'll automatically change the other one for me. Oops. Didn't change. Oh, there we go. Now it changed. Then I can center this. Oops. Image properties, align is set to left. I can set it to not set, right, or not set, or just center it for me. We have another question here. How did you get the computer? How did you get to your computer for the picture? Please show us how to create the table border cells. I tried that, but didn't display when published. Or the table border, cell borders. Yeah, it doesn't show the borders, but you have to add in the borders. And for the pictures from the computer, I can show you. What I did was I just clicked on, like, let's say, like the start icon. I opened up, like, let's say, documents or something. And then from my computer, I clicked on desktop. I have my image here. If I click on, let's see, if I remove this for now, if I click on the image, which will bring the image properties, click Browse Server, and on the left side here, you'll see Club Runner folders, Rotary Images, and My Images. And what I did was I opened up that desktop folder, and I just drag the image from my desktop directly onto the folder here. So you can kind of see the outline there. I just drop it in, and it'll upload that photo for me. So I uploaded 2 already. Just remove 1. And that's the way I add it in. You can also add it by clicking the upload button here, which does the same thing, but you just look for it on your computer, and you can upload it to the computer there. And in the cell borders, you can right-click on the cell itself, and then select Table Properties. And from here, you can click on, you can add a header first row if you want. Border size right now set to 0. You can add a border by clicking 1, 2, or 3. I think 1 is okay. You can play around with it. Click OK, and it'll add kind of like a border around it. So it showed me the first cells the way it is. And let me just save it, because I haven't saved in a bit. Save and publish, just to show you how it looks like. If I go onto the home page, refresh this page here, it shows that video here, the page that we added, and then the read more to get to the content area. So if I click on read more, it'll bring me to the story page. So it shows this is the brief section here, and then starting from this is the content section over here. So now it shows me the cell borders here that I added in, and then the Club Runner support. So if I edit this page, and I can right click on that table, select Table Properties. If I set the border size to 0, save it again, you'll see that the border is gone now. Wait. Did it save? Yep, it did save. See, so now that the border is gone, so now there's no more borders. And we can click edit again. Let's say if you made a mistake and you want to add a new column to the table, you can right click on it, click on column, and insert column after or before. So we select after phone number, something like that. For now, table properties, let's set that back to 1. And if you want to add another row, you can right click on it, select row, and insert row after, before, or delete row. It's up to you. And that's basically it for the story right now. If you have any more questions about the stories, you can send us an email to support@clubrunner.ca. I'll leave that email up after we're done this section. And the last one that we can go through is the photo albums. So photo albums down here under the website manager section. So the photo albums is laid out similar to like the story library page that I went through earlier. So let's say the photo album library, this is the main page, photo album library here, photo albums widget, which is you can add a widget for the photo albums, and then photo albums list page, so same on the home page where you have on the top here, photo albums next to speakers. So show us a whole list of all the photo album speakers. So I won't go through it all. And same custom page and bulletin page. We have another question. Is there to be a recording of this session? Yes, I'm recording it right now. So once I'm done recording it, we should have it uploaded probably in the next few days, and then you can find it on our support page at record a webinar section. If you're not sure where that is, you can send us an email and then I can reply back to you and letting you know where that recorded webinars are. Okay, we can go back here now. So let's go through the list here again, the photo albums library, the photo albums widget page, photo albums list page, custom page, which there's a lot right now, and bulletins. So you can have your photo album showing up on the bulletins. We'll just go back into the photo albums library, the photo albums widget. This is the same like the widget on the home page. So we have photo albums on the bottom right here, photo albums here. So that's photo albums for the home page here. So we just go back into the library. It's similar to the stories where you have your publish and deleted. There's no draft for the photo albums library, just either if it's there or it's not there. And we'll just go, we can add a new photo album by clicking add on the right side of the page here. So we'll give this a title, new photo album test. Permalink, you don't have to worry about it, add in for you. Description, we can just make up like, let's say Christmas party or something, 2014, even though I don't have any Christmas party images, but I'll just say that for now. Display on photo albums page. So this will display on the photo albums page, yes or no. We can just leave it as yes for now. You can set the owner by typing the first 3 letters of the person. So I just type Club Demo 30. You don't have to have an owner. It's up to you. Photo albums logo. We can add a logo to this page. I'll just choose something small here. Or I'll just choose a koala for now. And intervals at the very bottom here. Says display social media share bar. You can click yes or no. I'll just leave it as yes for now. And then show slideshow settings. Interval times. You can play around with these. Can't really explain what it really does, but interval time. The interval time means that how long it takes from one image to get to the next image. So if I set this like to 10 seconds, it will display that image for 10 seconds before it moves on to the next image. So let's say 5. You can play around, come back to it later. Transition time, how long it takes from one image to transition from the next image. So like, let's say at the end of the 5 seconds, one image disappears and then the next image comes up. So it takes about 0.7 seconds for that image to transition. And in the effect, you can either set to fade, slide top, slide bright, and you can play around with it. I'll just set it to the default fade for now. Click save. And on the second page here, it says upload photos to new photo album test. So you can drag files here, like what I did similar to the image library. I can go desktop. I can find an image. Let's say if I have 2 images, I can highlight it with my mouse, drag it in. So I'll start uploading these 2 images here. Oh, I haven't clicked the start upload yet. The start upload is at the bottom, so you can click add files the same old way or the new way. I can click start upload. Uploaded the 2 files here. So I have 2 images here now. And we have another question. When I post photos on the home page, the text is white. How do I change? I'm not sure if you can change the text white on the home page. Not sure what you mean by that. You can send a message to support, and then we can look at your home page to see how it looks like. But it should be a black text, I believe. So any photo album you go in, it should just show the image. If you click on it, there's no caption here. Nobody added the caption, but it should just show like regular text, but not white on white though. So like, let's say if I added these photos already, I can click edit on the right side to edit the titles, which is the caption. I just call this our description. Type in anything for now. So I have a title and description for one, but I won't have a title and description for the next one. I can click upload photos to add more photos if I want to. Bring me back to this page, but I have 2 is good enough for me. I'll click to go back again. And then the new photo album test. It's all ordered by alphabetical order. We can change it to create it on the column here by click on it. So we have our photo here. I can click photos on the right side to view the photos and upload new photos, or I can click edit on the right side to edit the title, the permalink description, and all so on. And I can delete it. Right now I have it showing on the photo page. And let's see if I have it on the photo library. I don't have it on the home page yet. So once I go to photo albums for widget, I can create a new photo album here, which will automatically add it to the home page, or I can click add photos from library here. And then I can select the one that I created just now, new photo album test, and add selected photos. And once I add it, if I go back into the home page, I will see it here. Oh, it's set at the top here, new photo album test. So I probably need to refresh this page. Yeah, refresh it, photo albums here. Just below it, new photo album test, and click on it. And it'll show that the koala image I added for the cover is over here. I have the 2 images. If I click on one of them, it will show me banner 1 example, and then the description I added in below it. If I click on the next image, it will just show I don't have a title and I didn't add a description. And close it. I can click on Start Slideshow, and it'll take about 5 seconds before it changes to the next image, and it took about 0.7 seconds to transition, which can't really tell. You get the idea. And that's basically it for today's webinar. Yep. Let me just close out here. Thank you, Vin. Very helpful. I hope that remember most of what I learned. I have this webinar recorded too, so if you need to view it, you can always contact the support and we can show you where the videos are so you can review it again. But for now, I'll just leave our website here, clubrunnersupport.com, which is our support website. And also, if you need further support, you can email us at support@clubrunner.ca. We're available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, thanks, Richie. And for now, I'm just going to go through the members and ask if you have any questions. If you have any questions,